Welcome to Palace to the Call. My name is Stephen Dawes. Today I'm going to be talking about the Bournemouth versus Crystal Palace game. So if you haven't watched it yet, I'm sure you probably have, but if you haven't yet, then don't forget to go and watch it first, because I will be doing some major spoilers about the game as we go along. Now, first of all, the lineup. Now, we were very welcome, well, at least I was very welcome, to see Mark Gahey come back into the lineup. So we had Gaeta in goal. We had Ward, Gahey, Anderson and Klein at the back. We had Schlupp, Doucouré and Elise in the middle. And Eze, Zaha and AU up front. Although, obviously, as we've seen previously, they tended to swap around and change around. And AU spent a period of time in the middle, actually, of the field. So it was quite a flexible front three there, certainly. And it was an okay game. I mean, it started off fairly well. I thought that we had a decent amount of the ball early on. I thought that we were kind of not coming out of top gear. We seemed to be able to pass it about quite well, and we looked like we were virtually in control of the game. That we were allowing Bournemouth to play here and there, but I don't think it overly challenged us too much. To be fair, I thought that we had a really good first half. I thought we played really well in terms of getting the ball forward and trying to get other players coming in. Obviously, we still have this issue in the midfield. I'm still not convinced of the fact that just having Doucouré in the middle is the answer. I think he needs support in the middle there. I mean, he had a fantastic game again, but I think he needs some kind of partner in the middle there to help him out, because although he was controlling a lot what was going on in the middle, obviously, when you've got a number of players against one player, I know that Schlupp and Elise were helping out, and they were tracking back, they were making tackles, but most of the stuff is going to go through the middle. And I think that with somebody else in the middle there, somebody else holding the midfield, then you can have Schlupp and Elise or wherever you want on the wings bombing forward without too much of a problem. But of course, when they go forward, that leaves just Doucouré in the middle to kind of fend off the assault or the counter attack. So that was a bit of a problem, but I think that in general we didn't play too badly at all, really. In shots on target, we had 15 shots to Bournemouth 6. We had 6 on target compared to their 2. So I think we were dominating, not necessarily dominating, but we were playing, I think, fairly easily. I don't think we were really going out of top gear or going into top gear. I think we were kind of playing it quite well against Bournemouth. Possession wise, slightly less. They had 59%, we had 41%, but I think that tends to be the way we play. We are a bit of a sit back and then break type of team. So I was never expecting us to be dominating to possession, but we did it quite well. Pass accuracy was actually better for Bournemouth. They had 75%, we had 68%. And there were a couple of times when we had a stray ball here and there, which is a bit of a shame, but I think in general it wasn't that bad, really. No red cards in this game, which is absolutely fantastic. We had 2 offsides and we had 7 corners to their 2. So and the corners were actually pretty good this time. I think that we actually nailed the corners on this in this game. I thought that we didn't play the corners were quite good, quite well played. And in fact, the first goal, Jordan AU, that was a great header down. That was from a cross that came in, so that was really good as well. He made a nice header down. Jordan AU scoring a goal. He hasn't scored, I should say, for quite a while, so it was great to see that. And the second goal coming again in the first half from Eze, and that was a good goal as well. So I thought that we managed to get the goals a fairly decent part of the game, and I think that it shows how we were kind of controlling the game, certainly in the first half. The second half, Bournemouth tried to come more into the game and did have a bit more possession in the second half, but overall I think we were still a little bit too much for them, and even though they did try to get forward and create chances, I thought that in general we tended to deal with it fairly well. So hopefully this bodes well. But of course there are going to be people there, and I completely agree with you. This is Bournemouth. It's a team that I think we should have been beating. I think that if we hadn't beaten Bournemouth, it would have been a worry for me. But we did beat them, and we beat them. And you have to play the opposition that you're against. So we had to play Bournemouth in a way that was going to be enough for us to win the game. We've done that. And so hopefully now we can use this as a stepping stone. We've got Tottenham coming up in midweek, so hopefully we can use this as a stepping stone to pushing on a little bit more. We're not going to have Tarek Mitchell because obviously he's banned for 3 games, but we will have Gahey in the middle. So, and I think Tompkins is coming back for the next game, so he'll be available. So we'll have other players in the mix. And of course, once we went 2-0 up, of course, Patrick Vieira decided to change around things a little bit. Will Hughes came on and a couple of other players came on, and he was kind of, I think, trying to think about the game in the midweek to try and rest a few players. I think it was a good game. You know, it was nothing necessarily extra special, but I think it was a good win for us, and hopefully now it means that we'll have a bit more confidence going into the Tottenham game. So fingers crossed for that. I'd love to hear your thoughts, as always, on the game, whether you thought it was one of those games that we played well, or whether you think it was just too easy for us, or maybe you thought that we actually made a meal of it. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And also, you've probably been seeing, if you're watching the if you follow the channel for a while, that I've changed slightly the news aspect of the channel. So I'm doing more shorts with you know, a text based shorts now, rather than doing a separate video for each piece of news. So it's just a change in format a little bit. I'd love to hear your feedback on that as well, whether you like that or whether you preferred the way I did it before, because obviously this is all about learning curve for me. So however it best serves you, the viewer and the supporter, then that's what I'm going to do. But I'm just trying this out to see what happens. But let me know what you think, and also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you next time.